Well, well, I would accept all the messages. Well, uh, perhaps at 9 p.m. I mean, well, perhaps at 6 p.m. in Saudi Arabia, I would talk in Bengalis, uh, perhaps never, I don't know. Okay. Salam Habibi, how are you? I hope you are fine. It is me, Michael Asizayurdi Santa. Welcome to our channel, Afghan Jelebi Michael Asizayurdi Santa. Well, as a title, you have known that we are roasting Tulsi Gabbard, and here we are talking the probable dark secrets of military police officer of Tulsi Gabbard. Well, I would like to make three. I would like to make a complete live stream, but in the previous live, the part here was the problem, and that means in 38 minutes, suddenly live stream has been stopped. Okay. Now today here we are talking about part 1. Okay. And now let's get started. You can see it. Okay. Perhaps here is no views. Okay, no, not a problems. But just feeling demotivated to have a live. Okay. Here she's the Central Intelligence Agency Director Tulsi Gabbard, American military police is secrets. Well, in November 2008, Tulsi Gabbard commands probably killed assassin 3,000 Kuwaiti in order to of the Kuwaiti government just because Kuwaiti citizens denied Kuwaiti citizens are accused to be asset of several Israeli Mossad agents. Okay, but for them it is not a so dark secret. Well, it is a less dark secret. Well, now we are going to the more dark secrets. Okay. Well, in February 2009, Tulsi Gabbard commands probably assassinate 5,000 Kuwaiti men in order of Kuwaiti government because they are Kuwaiti nuclear scientists at the promotion of artificial sun as fuel of car where artificial sun contains the temperature of 666 quadrillion degrees Celsius. Hence, the Kuwaiti car can contains velocity of 198,000 km per minute. In the time there was a offline trend to join solar electricity or solar energy, and Kuwaiti government are afraid of their petrol-based Arabic organization OPEC could be collapsed in any milliseconds. Okay. Well. Here was an era while we can see that in 2008 to 2009. Well, as in 2009, I am a female student of class 8, and in 2008, I am a female student of class 9. Not class 9, class 7. Okay, now here we can go for our rights. Well, now here, now here we go. Well, Tulsi in 2008 to 2009, Tulsi Gabbard has been a military police officer deploying in Kuwait. Okay. Now, hi sir. Okay. Salam. But unfortunately, I'm not sir. I'm a madam. Okay. Now, here, let's go to the points. And now we can say that Tulsi Gabbard, in Tulsi Gabbard has been just a moment. I have forgotten some things. Well, okay. As a 2008 to 2009 as an army police officer, army police platoon leader. Well, as we can see that she was the first woman to get with, well, she was, Tulsi Gabbard was the first woman to enter the Kuwaiti military facilities. Well, now here is my questions. In a modern days, even if we are a president of an American, we are a president of a Germany, even we are, let's consume ourselves as a president of any Christian countries like Russia, America, Canada, Australia, etc. Well, in our developed Christian country, we would not like to allow any women to enter our military facilities. Still, we are a president of our Christian developed Christian country, rich Christian country like England, America, France, Germany, and Russia, etc. But now focus. Tulsi Gabbard is a Hindu. Well, Kuwait is a extremist Muslim country in that times. Perhaps now Kuwait has an Islamic reforms, but still Kuwait is a cultural Muslim countries. Accordance to Islam, I can say that if I know the Islam, I can say that don't accept Jewish and Christians as your friend. It is written in Quran Surah number 5 ayat number 51. While Jewish and Christians, okay. Are you ready? Yes, I am ready. I am a woman. You can call me a trans woman. Okay. Just a moment. Accordance with Islam, it is clearly written in Surah number 5 and number 51 that you cannot consider Jewish and Christians as your friends. As your allies. But in the first point, this is perhaps a clear-cut point, and In the first point, we can get a clarify. Well, Tulsi Gabbard, father is a Christian and mother is a Hindu. The god of the religious god of Tulsi Gabbard is Shiv Shankar, Bhagavan Vishnu, Bhagavan Brahma. Okay, and the avatar of Tulsi Gabbard's mythology is Bhagavan Ram and Bhagavan Krishna, Devi Sita, Devi Durga, Devi Parvati, etc. Well, but still, uh, still in 2008 to 2009, when Arab Kuwait is cultural pro-Islamic countries, they would not allow any they would not allow any Christian Kuwaiti as their own military facilities. Well, but still, here is a problem, and the problem is that Tulsi Gabbard has entered Tulsi Gabbard has entered the points. The Kuwaiti military facilities that none of man could not do it. Well, none of men could not do it as a non-Muslim kafir man or kafir women. But still, and now here is the probability, and the era was calendar of 2008 to 2009. So the probability is Tulsi Gabbard could change her genders because gender. That means she would be born as a man and then entering the military academies, she changed her gender and became a woman. Therefore, she could enter. Well, therefore, she could enter the Kuwaiti military facilities. Well, now, and the conspiracy explanation on the opposite side is that, well, Tulsi Gabbard can change her gender as a woman to enter the military. Well, she could enter the Kuwaiti military facilities. But still, Tulsi Gabbard father is a Christian. Tulsi Gabbard father's religious God is Jesus Christ, the son of Adonai. Here, prophet is Prophet Musa, Prophet David, Prophet Solomon. Well, and apostle is John the apostle, carpenter, and John the revolutionary, revelator, etc. And Tulsi Gabbard choose her mother's religions. Well, her mother's mythology gods is Shiv Shambhu, Bhagavan Vishnu, and Brahmas. Well, now the problem is that even if you are a Kuwaiti, you are a Christian man. Well, accordance with Islamic mythology, well, if you enter a ruler as a ruler of a Christian countries, you would set Kafir countries, you would set Christians as three options. Well, they would accept option number 0, they would accept Islam. Option number 1, they would pay jizya tax, and option number 2, they would die by our sword. Well, but as a Hindu mythology is a pagan mythology. So here is two options. Option number 0, you have to convert to Islam. Option number 1, you have a tie on our sword. Well, here's the points. And since Kuwait is an Islamic country, so you are not a, if you are a Kuwaiti but you are a Christian, or you are a Muslim while you believe that Jesus Christ is a best prophet and Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the last prophet, still you cannot enter Kuwait military facilities. Yes. Although you are a Kuwaiti Muslim and you believe that Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the last prophet, but best prophet is Jesus Christ. In their firstly, Tulsi Gabbard is a woman. Secondly, Tulsi Gabbard is not Muslim. Perhaps her father is a Christian. Thirdly, she is a military officer while her religion is Hindu. Well, but she could enter the military Kuwaiti military facilities. Well, now what would happen that Tulsi Gabbard could enter a military Kuwait military facility as an American military police officer? Well, now we have a probable dark theory we have seen. Well, Tulsi Gabbard commands probably assassin 5,000 Kuwaiti men in under of Kuwaiti government. Well, in that times, well, when I was a student of 7th standard or 8th standards, well, now here we go, sir. Accordance with Tulsi Gabbard voice, when I student of class 7 to class 8, here we can get to know that here was an offline trend. Well, offline trend means a trend of new trend on the newspapers. Well, in that times, social media was invented in just 2 hours earlier. Just 2 hours earlier. Well, newspaper, a Bangladeshi newspaper, Pratham Alo, called what would happen in Europe. They called to the journalists living in Europe. They start, if the Europe start nuclear electricity, well, it has been published in Bangladesh. by telephone, Bangladeshi news reporter know the information news, and then he writes on the newspaper, and at the next hour we could get announced that Europe start a nuclear energy, nuclear electricity in the plants. Well, I think in 2006, Facebook, YouTube was invented, and Tulsi Gabbard is an American military police officer in Kuwait in the calendar of 2008 to 2009. So therefore, their communication of the chief reporter in Bangladesh and ground reporter in Europe, Tokyo, England, Israel, or New York. Connection is still through the chat box of Facebooks or chat box of YouTubes. Well, now Google says chat box of Facebooks. Well, in the points in Bangladesh, or sometimes, well, in the early points, it was newspaper, international news article trends, or it was a web one internet trends. It is not web 2 internet trends, it is web 1 internet trends. Well, one of the web 1 internet trends was that, China started, well, 2 minutes. Well, China started electric battery for the bus, local bus. Well, interlocal bus. Japan started a bullet train with solar batteries. Well, even in Bangladesh, many villages start solar batteries as a house in the cause of load shedding. That means when electricity would be shut out, solar electricity would be cover up the electrical lack of electricity. Well, just 2 minutes. Okay. Now is Azan times. Well, I'd like to say Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, Ashhadu anna Isa ibnullah, Ashhadu anna Isa ibnullah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar, la ilaha illallah. Okay. I have attended the what? Are you ready? Okay. Now here we can say, well, in solar electric battery was a newspaper trends in the ponds, and then in Europe, Elon Musk was a middle class businessman. Elon Musk started Tesla as an electrical car. In SpaceX, Elon Musk started reusing space rockets business as the fuel of electrical batteries. Well, from China, Japan to America, Canada. Here is the point. There is a there is started a threat in with the governments, and the Kuwaiti government is that solar electricity and solar electrical battery trend has been boomed in a website news article, while social media is not exist like that. Well, Kuwaiti government has scared that if their oil business has been stopped, well, while business has been stopped or not, it is not a factor because before 2000 before the calendar of 2000, perhaps in the calendar of 1999, calendar of Iraqi oil business has been stopped. And in 1979, that means 1980, Iranian oil business has been stopped in Western countries like England, America, France, Germany, etc. But still, the business was run in Russia and China. China has no problem if it is just a matter if Iran oil business has been shut out or not. In that times we can see that in that time we can see that even Dubai, their economy started as a world oil petrol productions. Dubai economy has started, but suddenly Dubai turns themselves into shift from petrol business to the tourism business. In tourism business, petrol business has been stopped, and it did not matter for Dubai, but all other Muslim Arabian countries, if petrol business has been shut down, their national economy has been shut down. But now Kuwait is in touch not with Western country, but also the country international areas, that means of the east, that means Russia, China and Japan. Now they are scared that we can see that in that the calendars, Spider-Man has been released. Spider-Man has been released. Where Tobey Maguire in the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, that means Tobey Maguire Peter Parker, wanted to ask to his favorite teacher that how can we control the artificial sun. Okay. Now we know that in 1945 uranium nuclear started with as a nuclear bomb on Hiroshima event on Hiroshima and Nagasaki during World War II. But 2 years later, it is shifted as a uranium nuclear electricity. And we can see uranium nuclear electricity. And now here is the artificial suns in many, of course, Kuwait is a brilliant Muslim countries. The several Kuwait government would have several Kuwaiti nuclear scientists. They can produce artificial sun with a temperature of of 666 quadrillion degrees Celsius, and so that the Kuwaiti car, that means Kuwaiti Ferrari or Kuwaiti Lamborghini, would contain at the velocity of 198,000 kilometer per minute. Okay, in that time we can get a hope that our car contains velocity 198,000 kilometer per minute as a velocity. Well, but if that possible, well, within the points, here is a threat from the, well, here is a threat from the petrol, and the opportunity is from the, yes, and opportunity is from the our artificial sun. How? Let me see. Okay, but here, but at first, well, it is Alhamdulillah that we are going on third. Okay, it is Alhamdulillah for me that our live stream is still in 33 minutes. Okay, here we can get a tribute. Well. Now we can see. Okay. Just for 2 minutes. Okay, here is 10. Okay, now we have to open our previous file of previous roasting live streaming. Okay, now here we can get, well, okay, and now let's see what was the reason. Well, if Iranian terrorist air force could divert from Tehran of Iran to arrive the Texas city of the Texas provincial state of the United States of America, with the direct distance is 11,980 kilometers and travel time is 10 minutes. Weight is 168,250 kilograms. Well, we know that artificial sun specific heat is 15,408 joule per kilogram per Kelvin. Capability is 98%. Temperature difference is 666 quadrillion degrees Celsius. Hence, the kinetic artificial solar weight is 3.335 microgram. But on the other hand, if we have to use the petrol, the specific, we know that petrol specific heat is 2 joule per kilogram per Kelvin, capability is 40%, density is 0.7778 kilogram per liter, temperature difference is highest difference is 50 degrees Celsius. Then the kinetic petrol volume is 1 trillion 77 billion 973,990,922 liters. That means, okay. Now you can see that. Well, what is the meaning? The meaning is that if you has a petrol, if you are an Iranian ordinary person and you can travel from Tehran, the capital city of Iran, to arrive at the Texas city of the provincial state of Texas of the United States of America, in the direct route as 11,980 kilometers. Well, the travel time, your travel time is 10 minutes. Well, and your weight is almost 169,000 kilograms. But still, as a petrol weight density is 0.7778 kilogram per liter, you need 1 trillion 100 billion liter of petrol for traveling. But if you use the artificial sun, then you need almost 5 microgram. It is a clear and it is our beautiful systems. In the calendar of 2008 to 2009, Kuwaiti government has been almost frustrated that if and scared that if their all petrol business can be shut down forever. As a presidency, Dubai shipped petrol fuel. Dubai shipped their fuel from petrol to solar electricity. Every European country almost stopped using petrol as an electricity. And even in the calendar, Tesla started a solar electrical battery based car business. Perhaps Kuwaiti government scared to lose their petrol customer, while their petrol customer can be Bangladesh, can be India, can be Sudan, can be Somalia, and can be South Africa, can be Brazil, can be Argentina. Even in the case, China was not good in gross domestic product of as an economy. China was not so good. And here is the points. And in the case, Tulsi Gabbard has been in action in order of Kuwaiti government to assassinate probable several Kuwaiti nuclear scientists. And here is the reason that why Tulsi Gabbard gets Kuwaiti National Guard, while none of United States Army General as a man, none of United States Army General could receive Kuwaiti National Guard. None of CIA Director man could receive Kuwaiti National Guard. Kuwaiti National Guard. And for Vladimir Putin or Ajit Doval, it was next to impossible. Well, impossible. I am not saying a word impossible, because sometimes impossible say I am possible. Well, 75% times impossible means not possible, but 25% times here is a different meaning of impossible. That means impossible says I am possible. But for Vladimir Putin and Ajit Doval, it could be impossible. Properly, it is not possible. But not any United States Army generals, not any Central Intelligence Agency directors, or neither any United States of Army General or Russian Army General or Chinese Army General or Indian Army General get the Kuwaiti National Guard. In that times, nor Central Intelligence Agency director man or FSB director man or China Ministry of Security Service director man or Research and Analysis Wing director man could get the Kuwaiti National Guard. Well, who got in the calendar of 2009, who got Kuwaiti National Guard? The person is a soldier, but the rank is second lieutenant. That means perhaps next to constable. Well, next to constable. Well, still she could get a Kuwaiti National Guard. Well, that was not possible for United States generals, neither Russian generals nor Indian generals, Indian Army generals, but and neither the Pakistani Army generals and neither ISI generals. And the second thing, it was the first thing, and second thing is the person who get Kuwaiti National Guard is a lieutenant, second lieutenant, but it is a woman. Well, it is a 8 hesitate moments of the deaths. Well, and now when we would like to now you tell me that why I would say that she was not capable to get a Kuwaiti National Guards hurt. And moreover, as a second lieutenant, moreover as a woman, she could not deserve it. Why I am saying that, uh, and I have a probable reason as that. Here we get go by. Now we can get some points. Okay. Well, Alhamdulillah for me, but today is 47 minutes. I can get the points up there. Okay. Perhaps it was the last times. Okay. Now here in okay. Well, March 2007 to the calendar of 2009, every point isn't mentioned. But now, today we would like to talk about the Army General Police, the moment when Tulsi Gabbard is an Army General, Army Police officer in to be deployed in Kuwait. Well, I was searching the points. Well, what is the authentic resource? Here is the authentic resource as a 47. Well, Economy Times is that our family was raised with the important value of Karma Yoga, said Democratic Tulsi Gabbard. Okay, here is the article. But I was okay. Now I believe that yoga is a good for your health. That you can have a meditations. Well, sometimes you have not time to have a proper sleep in 3 hours. In that case, 10 minutes meditation can relieve you, and 2 hours naps, sleepings, give you benefit to 2 hours sleepings. As several Hindu mythological specialists said, well, I am not going to say about any science and technological categories. Okay. Yoga is a good for a relax. Even in the several times, we Muslim can perform yoga, but here in Wikipedia, the information was Tulsi Gabbard is a military American military police officer to deploy on Kuwait, and she got hit. And what is the information when we could get click the authentic resource? What authentic resource came? The authentic resource was came that she believes the important value of Karma Yoga, said Democrat Tulsi Gabbard. Well, the news article and the information available on Wikipedia does not match each other, and here is the problem. Well, we have a probable secret. At the first secret, we have talking in this live, but well, here is a disclaimer, and the disclaimer is that it is only a hypotheticals. Because we are saying about probable dark secrets of Tulsi Gabbard as an American military police officer. Well, but sometimes I mean several years later, the dark secret would be revealed, and the dark secret would be any another secret, not the probable dark secret I have mentioned. Perhaps original dark secret would be another thing. So, okay, and now we can say that. Well, here is now in the points we are clicking on the second link. Now, what is the points? Campaigning to 2020 Tulsi Gabbard Democratic Presidential Candidate, Council on Foreign Relations Archive. The okay. Here was the points. Well, okay. Now here you can see. Well, here is the article of Council of Foreign Relations, where Tulsi Gabbard is going to be Democratic presidential candidate in 2020 elections. Here was the article, but the information is the information on available on Wikipedia says Tulsi Gabbard is as an American military police officer deployed as in Kuwait in the calendar of 208, and the authentic resource article would says Tulsi Gabbard can be Democratic presidential candidate in 2020. Both of the informations cannot match each other. They have complete. It is only the confliction of it. Well, the first point is that Tulsi Gabbard have another clone of her. Her original Tulsi Gabbard is in Democratic Assembly, and the another clone of Tulsi Gabbard, the clone of Tulsi Gabbard is as a military police officer. It is the first option, but to believe. But the second option is that the military officer, being the military officer, can be false, because there is no mention available that Tulsi Gabbard was a police officer, American military police officer deployed in Kuwait in 208. There is no article related like that. Here is our first point. Okay, but now I would like to have a restroom task, but when I would back that, perhaps the live would be streamed, but live stream would be over automatically. But still, I would like to have a 10 minutes time to waste for the restroom task. Okay? Okay. Fine. Okay. Now I have speaking in Bengali on sometimes and the points in another rooms. Okay. But well, you can say that here is our points. We can perceive it, and we believe it. Here our points as a. Here is the point. Now tell me. Well, let me tell the truth. Okay. Well, here is the news article where headline is Meet Tulsi Gabbard, Democratic Presidential Candidate, but and the points that the article was well. Okay, the article was an army military police officer had informations. Okay, now here is an article information that she was stationed in Kuwait from 2008 to 2009 as an army military police station leader. Okay. Now in here, Tulsi Gabbard is commissioned as a second lieutenant and assigned to be 29th Infantry Brigade Special Troop Battalion at the in time to serve an army military police officer. Okay, but now I am just reporting it. Updates Tulsi Gabbard announced on March 19, 2020 that she was ending her campaigning. Well, most Democrats running for the president in 2020 are focused on a domestic issue, not Tulsi Gabbard, the Iraq war veteran and four-term congresswoman from Hawaii, is putting foreign policy front and center in her pitch for White House. She said there is a main issue that is central to the rest and the issue the world of peace. Here's the points. Okay. Now, here is written as basic, name Tulsi Gabbard, date of birth April 12, 1981. Now let me tell you, well, if that was another roasting point or not, okay, it is clear. Place of birth, Lebanon, American Samoa. Well, her religion is Hindu, political party is Democrat Party, marital status, divorced, Eduardo Tomo and married with Abraham Williams. Okay. There is no children. No children. I don't know why. Well, career as a Hawaii State Representative 2002 to 2004, Hawaii Army National Guard 2003 to President, Honolulu City Council Member 2011 to 2012, United States Representative 2030 to 2000 President. Okay? But here nothing is saying that it is the points. Gabbard was born in American Samoa. Her given name is Hindi. It referred to Tulsi, that holy base plan. She was homeschooled. Okay. Now here we have missed the points that she was homeschooled. Okay. Now let me tell you the points. Uh, I have to say some things. Well, okay. I have to say some things. Let me telling the points. Well, who can be homeschooled? Well, homeschooling is allow only for those boy student or those girl student who has an well who has who cannot pass the exam of the institute school. Well, residential school. Well, let me have explain that a girl named Katrina Naftali. Well, she is a dull student of the school. Why she is dull student? Because, well, in American system we can see you have to score 80% of the school exam to pass the exam. You have to score 80% school 80% marks of the exam. As a demonstration, well, in an exam of mathematics, well, if you, well, the exam of mathematics, their score is 200. Well, if you want to pass the exam, your passing marks is 160 out of 200 in the mathematical exam. Well, it is your passing marks. Okay. But you can, if you could not, if your score is 120 marks out of 200 marks in mathematical exam, you can be still you can be an ordinary student as a normal school. Well, you can be an ordinary student. You can be a student, but your class cannot be, your school class cannot be promoted. Previously your class is class 3, and the next now the present year your class would be next class 3. Well, but in the case that if your well, in the case if your score is lower than 10 marks out of 200 marks in a mathematical exam of the school, then it is advised for you as a student, it is advised for you to be a homeschool. Here is the system of homeschool. Well, and now we are assuring that here is an information that Tulsi Gabbard is was mostly homeschooled. That means her exam in a school examinations, her score was below from the 5 marks out of 200 marks. Well, that means Tulsi Gabbard does not, as a student, school students, Tulsi Gabbard does not know what is the result of 2 plus 2. And when Tulsi Gabbard is a girl at a school girl who cannot solve what is the summation of 2 plus 2 in 2008, she could be an American Army military police officer to deploy in Kuwait. Now here is the problems we have faced. And now, according with the calendar of 2025, Tulsi Gabbard is a National Intelligence Director who could not solve the summation of 2 plus 2 in her school life. And now you can see what our here is her dark secrets as a military police officer to deploy in Kuwait. And now let me tell the next points. It is the most dangerous points. We can proceed. Okay. Well, Gabbard marriage. Gabbard often used the word aloha to describe her political philosophy and message. To her, aloha is more than hello and goodbye. Aloha really means that we recognize each other as a brothers and sisters. Well, Gabbard often use the word aloha. Well, for Tulsi Gabbard, aloha is better than hello and goodbye. That means, if Tulsi, you are a sister of Tulsi Gabbard, as a demonstration, if Tulsi Gabbard said to you, hello, how are you? Well, for you that means goodbye sister, how are you? Now here is the grammatical problems. When she addresses you goodbye sister, then why is she asking you that how are you? Here is the translate problems, grammatical problems. Okay, and now here's the points. Although Democrat, Gabbard does not fit neatly into any political category. She favors a $15 minimum wage, Medicare for all, and the Green New Deals, while she is pro-choice and pro-same sex today. That was not always in the case. She claimed that her marriage military tour changed her more conservative view on social issues. Okay. But now, here we can see, here is the article is conducted for each other. One day she favors $15 minimum wage Medicare for all and Green New Deals. Well, she uh, she is pro-choice and nowadays homosexual pro-homosexual marriage. But on the point that her military tour changed her more conservative views on social issues. Okay. I am a conservative and you can say that I am a conservative girl. Well, and I can be a homosexual woman. And the same time I can be conservative because I am nationalist. Okay, but Tulsi Gabbard claimed that her military tour changed her more conservative views on social issues. Well, Tulsi Gabbard says the military points and conservative points. But now, let me think that what is conservations and what is real world. Okay, but now here we can have times. Okay. Here is the points. Well, we can have a copyright issue, so well, I would like to change it now. Well, here is a mathematical points. 9 square, well, plus 3 square multiplied by 3 enter bracket divided by tens. Well, and as we can see that 9 square plus 3 cube, that means 81 plus 27, that means 108, and when it divided by 10, that means the result is 10.8. Okay, now here we can say the what is the our answers? Well, my answer is square root of 10,000 into plus cube root of 0.512. Okay. Well, but here we can see here is a woman named Canon. It looks like it is an American channel, but okay, it is an American an American channel, but it did not assure. The answer is confusing that it doesn't mean that it can be Americans. Well, it is a good answer for the Americans. Okay. And now, here we can see, here is the Alaska man's, here answer is 27. Well, it is accordance with okay. Well, accordance with the questions, it is the answer of Tulsi Gabbard. Well, now perhaps my answer was she is studying in Somalian madrasa. Well, Here the answer is like Tulsi Gabbard. Answer is like Tulsi Gabbard. Well, several answer is like Tulsi Gabbard. Now even 200 hours, their answer is like a Tulsi Gabbard. Well, this is the answers. For the questions, for the questions, this is the answer of Tulsi Gabbard. Well, and now Tulsi Gabbard proclaimed that in the military tour she was more conservative in social issues, while previously she was saying that she was homeschooled. Okay. Well, in the okay. Well, here was topic about Tulsi Gabbard marriage, but in the points there is no points that Tulsi Gabbard that was written about Tulsi Gabbard marriage. Here is the points. Well, I believe that that was the fake news article about the Tulsi Gabbard, because it is not seems like any American news articles. Well, 47, 48, 49. Well, she was stationed in Kuwait from 2008 to 2009 as an army military police platoon leader. Okay, here is 49. Okay, 47, 48. Well, here is that 47, 48 and 49. Okay. Well. What is written in 49? In 49, the headline was Tulsi Gabbard could be the president of American needs. Prasadena Star News. Okay. Well, but the information was available in Wikipedia. That is clearly written that Tulsi Gabbard was stationed in Kuwait from the calendar of 2008 to the calendar of 2009 as a military police platoon leader. Okay? Well, here is 47 or 49 articles. Okay. Now let's see what is written. Her opinion is Tulsi Gabbard could be the president of American needs. Well, with every passing year, politicals grow more confidence in their ability to thrust America into another war, to make decisions that benefit themselves and not their constituents. Now let me see. Earlier the month, Hawaii Congressman Tulsi Gabbard officially kicked off her presidential campaign in Waikiki. A major, the Army National Guard, Gabbard 37. Well, did a two tour of duty of the Middle East before being elected the Congress of 2012. Well, Gabbard further expressed that every American pays the price for the wars that cost us trillions of dollars since 9/11. Okay. And now, here is my questions, and the question is that, Tulsi Gabbard expressed that every American pays the price of their word that cost us trillion of United States dollars since 9/11. Well, what was the 9/11s? Well, in another life, to expose Tulsi Gabbard dark secret, uh, well, we have been discussed about what is the 9/11 event. What was the 9/11 event, and who was the terrorist of 9/11? Well, the 9/11 terrorist was Osama bin Laden. Uh, in the Sunday, the September of 11 in 2001, in the Sunday Times, well, Osama in the command of Osama bin Laden killed almost 3,000 Jewish Americans in New York, and still terrorist attack. Osama bin Laden led a terrorist attack on the Pentagon. Now let me think that. Now let me think. Well, since you are Englander, some of you are American, of course. Since you are Saudi Arabia, and since you are Indian, since you are Pakistani, and since you are Bangladeshis, okay, I would never mind. Well, since you are Pakistani, well, why if a terrorist community living in Afghanistan or living in Iran, a terrorist country, is attacking on intersector intelligence agency, that means IS, the head Islamabad headquarters of ISI Pakistan. As a Pakistani citizen, what would you do? Well, do you think that killing every terrorist in Middle East and in Afghanistan, we have to pay a billion of US dollars, and we would be at the Stone Age? It would be your fasting, or your fasting would be that I would die, it is not my problem, but I would kill every terrorist living in Afghanistan and living in Iran who attacked on our Islamabad headquarters of our ISI Pakistan. What would you do? Well, and now you can see what happens in Pahalgam attacks on Indians, Hindu on Kashmir. You know that what is the events? Well, as I have checking some statistics, I have known that some of Saudi Arabians to 10-second watch my live streams. Well, that's fine. But my question is that, well, when an Iranian terrorist attack on Riyadh, particularly attack on a building of Riyadh, and the surprising is that the building of Riyadh was nothing but the headquarters of Grand Intelligence primary, that means GIP of Saudi Arabia. As a Saudi citizens, what would be your first thinking? If you're fasting, if do you think firstly that I would kill I would kill some terrorist living in Iran that attacks on our Riyadh GIP headquarters, Saudi Arabian security headquarters. But still, in attacking on Iranian terrorists, we would lose trillion of United States dollars. We can do, we can have only one option to bet on IMF. It is your fasting, or it would be your fasting that there is no matter that how could how much the expenditure on the mission to assassin every Iranian terrorist. In my every life, I would assassin every terrorist living in Iran and living in Palestine. I have no in care about my expenditure, but my primary mission is to kill every terrorist living in Iran and living in Palestine and perhaps living in Pakistan. And now in the article, here is the article where Gabbard expressed that every American pays the price of this were the cost of Australian of dollars since 9/11. But according with Tulsi Gabbard, the associated information is that Tulsi Gabbard was stationed in Kuwait from 2008 to 2009 as an army military police officer. Okay, and now let's talking about the next point. She was one of the first women to enter the Kuwaiti military facilities, as well as the first women to receive the award of appreciation from the Kuwaiti National Guard. Here is the association link number 50, link number 51, and link number 52. But let's see what is the three link association link. Here is the headline is that Tulsi Gabbard, everything you need to know about 2020 presidential candidates. Okay, now 47, 48, 49, 50. Okay, here is the article is ABC News and the category is politics. It is still loading. Here as everything is okay. Family is that she is married to Abraham Williams, but here is not any mention that she divorced with someone. Okay. What is the education? The education is that she earned a degree in international business from Hawaii Pacific University in 2009. What she does now? She has served a representative of Hawaii in 2nd Congressional District since 2013, and she is a major in Hawaii Army National Guard. What she used to do? She was a member of Honolulu City Council from 2010 to 2012 and served on the staff of United States Secretary Daniel Alaska. She also served as a member of Hawaii State House of Representative from 2002 to 2004. Okay. Here is calendar, but well, okay. Where she stand on some issues. Okay, Gabbard supported the calls by protesters of Puerto Rico government Richard Russo to resign on the heels to series of scandals. Okay. Well, here are the Iraqi battalions. Well, she has since declined to the label the leader as enemy of the United States. Well, she declined to label Osama bin Laden as an enemy of the United States. Here's the surprise for the points. But it is an international, but the associated of that is she was one of the first women to enter the Kuwaiti military facilities and as well as the first women to receive the award of appreciation from the Kuwaiti National Guard. Well, oh, as an American woman, while Tulsi Gabbard is an anti-national, what is she doing in a Kuwaiti military facility as an first woman to be American Army military police officer and the first woman to receive the award of appreciation from Kuwait National Guard? It is the perception of her anti-national points. Okay. Well, here is our the points. Okay. And now here we got the points. Our family was raised with the important values of Karma Yoga, said Democratic Tulsi Gabbard. Well, here is nothing is written as an military officer she serves, and perhaps but still it is associated with the information available in Wikipedia that state that Tulsi Gabbard is assigned to the Tulsi Gabbard is commissioned as a second lieutenant and assigned to the 29th Infantry Brigade Social Troop Battalion, this time to serve an Army military police officer. Well, now she is an international, but still she can be an Army military police officer. Well, but now we can see, okay, well, but now we can see the points as an irony. Well, in the election of 2024, when Donald Trump became the second terms of second term to be president of the United States of America. Well, here is a PR agency. That means public relation agency start. Well, what is public? Now, perhaps I am searching that what would be the public relation agent. Okay, now here we can go. Well, what is the date? Well, let me check. The date is July 10. Okay. Now, in video, let me check if the 8th month it would be happened or not. Well, 1 2 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 2 1 2 3 3. Okay, 1 2 3 4. Okay, then a great sabotage CIA secret missions to destroy India's economy. It is written, well, Operation Parlog teachers as written, a leak audio recording of ICC meeting Dubai. Well, cheat fund is uploaded in the points. Okay. Now let me tell you if that would be a PR agency. Yes. Well, I have seen some PR agency of Tulsi Gabbard. Well, perhaps it would be hidden. Oh yeah. Well, here is Tulsi Gabbard in the streaming, live streaming. Our Gaurav Bharadwaj, the liberal Hindu, said the badass Hindu spy boss Tulsi Gabbard, who is the real Tulsi. Well, it is in 46. The duration is 46 minutes 31 seconds. But there is nothing. We can get nothing information from the live stream that would be real informations. But now, but still, we have had believed that perhaps Tulsi Gabbard was a good. Tulsi Gabbard is a great because Gaurav Bharadwaj, a liberal Hindu, is a peer agent of Tulsi Gabbard. But my eyes became open in the point when we are in the following the topic of Iranian terrorists and the period of the war between Israel versus Iran. Every eyes of mine has been opened about Tulsi Gabbard, and we became to know that Tulsi Gabbard is not a good woman. She is an evil for Americans. Okay. Now let's have a 2 minutes. Okay, now I would like to say our religious chant, Islamic chant. Now let me have a reply on the Azan. Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, Ashhadu anna Sayyidullah, Ashhadu anna Sayyidullah, La ilaha illallah, La ilaha illallah, La ilaha illallah, La ilaha illallah, Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar, La ilaha illallah. Okay. Now here we can. Now I have replied the Azans because I know what is the Azan exactly says. Well, and now I am searching on Still searching on Tulsi Gabbard. Well, and now I was just surprised that, well, okay. Now I'm surprised that why this is not mentioned about the real Tulsi Gabbard to us Americans. It is the largest problem as we can fit. Okay, and well, now let's have a check. Well, perhaps we have done part 2 live streaming or not. I would not sure. Well, here is in September 2008. Okay. Well, here we can say, well, in September 2008, Tulsi Gabbard trains 5,000 American communist soldiers to remove American man regime and establish American women regime. Hence, that if United States president would be only women, Kuwaiti government can contest easy way to establish their Sharia environment of the United States of America. Well, perhaps in the today's voice, well, it is the probable dark secret, not an absolute dark secret. It is a probable dark secret that in September 2008, Tulsi Gabbard trained 5,000 American communist soldiers to remove American man president regime to establish American women president regime. So hence that, well, Kuwaiti government can contest an easy way to establish every Sharia environment on United States of America under United States women presidency. Well, now I believe that it would be the real dark secret, but there is no confirmation that if that would be real secret or fake secret, because the probable dark secret has not confirmed publicly. But it is clear that it can be true. Dark secrets for Tulsi Gabbard to be American military police officer on to be deployed on Kuwait. Well, we know that if your country runs by women, I am not talking about exceptions. If your country runs by women, here is a probability that the agent of Sharia law from the foreign Muslim countries can be established on your countries. It doesn't matter if your country is England or if your country is America or if your country is Israel or if your country is Germany, France, Spain or Portugal. Okay. And the topic was United States presidency, presidential government. Well, okay, Kuwaiti government contains the easy way to well, now what is the relevant, still what is the probable dark secret is still relevant. Well, let me see. But at the first times, well, we have to remove the every research papers that create confusions for about the Tulsi Gabbard. Okay. Well, and now here we can say that how much weight for a woman to be accepted as an United States Army officers. Okay. Height is the female race is 58 to 80 inches. Well, that means 72 12. Okay. That means that 6 feet 8 inch. Well, as in weight, okay, in 26-year-olds, her weight would be maximum at 88 kilograms. Well, but if the woman is 28 years old, has a contains a height of 70 inches, well, maximum weight would be 89 kilograms. Okay. But now, as we can see, well, as we can see, Tulsi Gabbard could not be any military officers because her weight is 200 kilograms. That means she looks like a Ganda Swami. Ganda Swami. Well, here is an animal matching her weights. Now let me search the animals. Okay. Elephant. Well, elephants. Okay. Elephant weight. Now, what is the weight of an elephant? Okay. Elephant weight is 5,433 kilograms. Okay. Here is an elephant. And here is a Tulsi Gabbard. Weight is matching. Well, elephant has a long hair, and Tulsi Gabbard has long hairs. Huh? Well, she is fat as an elephant. Well, and now here is a confusion for me that how Tulsi Gabbard could be a second lieutenant of an United States military army, and now in 2007, the calendar of 2007, and now in calendar 2025, she became a United States National Intelligence Director. Well, we know that an elephant weight is almost 5.5 thousand kilograms, but a woman in the age of 28 years contains a maximum weight standard of 89 kilograms. Well, Now, as a Tulsi Gabbard, you can see Tulsi Gabbard, her weight is, you can see, you can assume, assume that Tulsi Gabbard weight would be um, 5.5 kilograms, but now still she is an United States National Intelligence Director. In the calendar, in the period of the second term of the presidency of Donald Trump as the President of the United States of America, it is a large scandal while that a woman with the weight of well, a woman with the weight of an elephant can be a United States National Intelligence Director, while generally women with the age of 28 years contain a maximum weight only of 89 kilograms. And now it is a mistake for me that I would mention Tulsi Gabbard as an Tulsi Gabbard. Well, now from this time we would say it is an only United States National Intelligence Elephant Director. Here's my points. Okay, and now, well, I am particularly distracted from the main points. Well, now let's check what happened on 2008. Well, presidential elections. Well, premier. Okay. Now it would go to the Americans' points. Well, here as in Wikipedia 2008. Presidential Democratic primary election results. Now let's see what would happen. Well, you can see that Barack Obama caused result that 383,317 Kankas result, and the primary result is 17,628,560 votes as a primary votes, and delegates is 1,741.5. Okay. Well, Hillary Clinton, and the second position is Hillary Clinton. Kanka's result is, where's Tulsi Gabbard? Well, 179, almost 180,000 Kanka's result, and primary result is 18,055,516 votes, and as delegates, the point is 1,643.5. Here is the points. John Edward is out of box, uncommitted, Bill Richard, Dennis Case, and others. Unallocates. Here is the points. And the result for an individual state is Alabama. Okay. Well. Here is an officials, delegates, and estimates. Here is the points. And now, well, here you can see Hillary Clinton is red points. Well, Hillary Clinton has a support to be president in California, Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico, well, Oklahoma, well, Texas, Florida, well, Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana, Michigan, South Dakota, Ohio, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, and New York. Okay, here Hillary Clinton gets supports. Well, perhaps it is the scandal. Well, while Hillary Clinton was the president, was in the race to be candidate or to be president of the United States of America, and in that period, I mean in the calendar of 2008, Hillary Clinton was an inspiration of Tulsi Gabbard, so she wanted to be women president of the United States of America. Here are the points. But for now, she would support Hillary Clinton to be president, first woman to be president of the United States of America. And there's the points. Well, Tulsi Gabbard trained 5,000 American communist soldiers to establish Hillary Clinton as an American woman to be American president of the women president to be United States of America. Well, the training was in Kuwait in the under the Kuwaiti government. Okay. Here it is the largest one and it is a great scandal as we can perceive. Okay, now in September 2008, Tulsi Gabbard trains 50,000 terrorists under Osama bin Laden just to assassinate every American scientist working on NASA because there was a research on Mars planet if that would be negative for her propaganda in the funding in the Kuwaiti government, because in Kuwaiti government in Kuwaiti environment, Makkah, the city of Saudi Arabia, is a center for the world. But in case if any American scientists were successful on the Mars planet research, then every rich Kuwaiti can travel on Mars planet as a picnic. Then Kuwaiti wristband cannot contain any Qibla to have an Islamic Salat. Well, here is the reason that why still 2025 any Kuwaiti astronauts could not travel on Mars planet because in because in the calendar of 2008, NASA scientists working on the Mars planet research, even for this purpose, Elon Musk is in the project of multi-using a space rocket that can be multi-usable. Well, of course, the fuel would be artificial sun with the temperature of 666 quadrillion degrees Celsius to contains the velocity of 198,000 kilometer per minute. But still that here is the research planets. Okay, if they have been successful, well, every Kuwaiti rich man can travel in Mars planet as a picnic. But what is the effect on the religious system in Kuwait? The effect on religious system in Kuwait is that, well, before the events, we know that Makkah is the city of Saudi Arabia and the central of the Islamic world. But in case after success of American scientists on the Mars planet research, every rich Kuwaiti can travel the Mars planet as a picnic. Well, here is a Mars planet. Here is okay. Now we can have a points. Well, now here is a Mars planet. Here is an Earth. Well, a Mars planet in the Mars planet in Islamic points. When we are on Earth, we have to have an Islamic Salat, and in the case, our Qibla is South Makkah, Saudi Arabia. Well, my Qibla is still in Buckingham Palace, England, and some of we free thinkers contains a Qibla as the Prime Minister House of Israel. Well, okay, in Pakistan, the military Qibla, as a military person, Muslim Qibla is Rawalpindi, the military general headquarters. Okay. Here is the points, and for Shia, Tehran is the Qibla, but still, here's the points. But still, we Kuwaiti, when we Kuwaiti can travel to Mars planet as a picnic, well, our Islamic Qibla is on Earth as a city of Earth, and we Kuwaiti rich people living in Mars planet. The Islamic Salat Qibla system collapsed already, and it is the scary of for the Kuwaiti governments. Therefore, Tulsi Gabbard trends perhaps probably 50,000 terrorists under Osama bin Laden, just to assassinate every American scientist working in NASA. And perhaps the three efforts we are mentioning in the points today. So in the three efforts, well, here is the probability that why Tulsi Gabbard got rewarded as Kuwait National Guard, while Tulsi Gabbard as an American military police officer deployed in Kuwait. Here are the points. Well, now I'm being speechless. Well, I have been speechless as my words. Okay, now my last, now my next live is on the different category, perhaps the educational categories. The next live would be. Till then, Khuda Hafiz.